What's up, guys? Welcome back to OG Sports TV, and welcome back to another episode of Real Talk. Like if you'd like, subscribe if you're new. Listen, the Rams and the Lions just made a huge trade. When was the last time you can remember two formal number overall picks going elsewhere for each other, especially two quarterbacks? Listen, this is what happened. The Rams and the Lions just traded Matthew Stafford and Jared Goff to each other. Jared Goff is now going to the Lions, and Matthew Stafford is now a member of the LA Rams. First thing, what else happened? The Lions not only get Jared Goff, but they also get a third in this year's draft, 2021, a first in 2022, and another first in 2023. Listen, Matthew Stafford at this stage of his career is not worth that much, but the reason that the Lions received such a haul is because they're getting paid to take on Jared Goff's contract. Jared Goff has a terrible contract. The Rams, I'm sure they really regret giving to him. After the Super Bowl appearance that the Rams got to about 2 years ago, the Rams gave Jared Goff 4 years and $134 million. That was a mistake. Listen, Sean McVay carried. Now, that was a great team, and that was a very good offense at the time. But it's clear now, since in the 2 years since then, that Sean McVay was the reason that they were so good. In the 2 years since then, Jared Goff is second in the NFL with turnovers with 38. 38 turnovers in 2 years. It's not good, especially for someone who went number one and someone that you expect to carry this really great roster to Super Bowl. He's not good enough. And it's going to be really messy for him on the Lions, but I think we'll get into that in a little bit. Stafford on the Rams is so exciting for me, the casual football fan. Well, I wouldn't say casual, but the neutral football fan. It's so exciting, and they go to the Super Bowl next year. They really could, because now they have a legitimate quarterback, and they have a great team around him. Legitimately, probably the best defense in the league last year. He has good weapons, and that division is tough. But right now, San Francisco hasn't figured out their quarterback situation. They might. Are we sure about the Cardinals? I don't know. And Russell Wilson, he always plays bad against the Rams. So it could be their division, and they could go to the Super Bowl. That's an incredible team now. So we'll see. We'll see how this works. Jared Goff on the Lions. That's gonna be tough, man. I think the Lions are looking at him as a bridge quarterback. They have the 7th pick in the draft this year. They could very much just roll with him, and they draft a young guy this year and let Jared Goff play until the young guy is ready. Next year, Jared Goff has a $25.3 million salary. You can tell that the first round picks, probably the second first round pick, was to compensate the Lions for taking on Jared Goff's salary. So this is a big blockbuster deal. This was super exciting. I just wanted to throw this together my initial thoughts and reaction. I really think the Rams. This really shows you, one, the Rams really hate first round picks. They've been in win now mode for a few years now, and trading Jared Goff here for a legitimate quarterback in Matthew Stafford shows that they're ready to go for this thing, and I'm really excited to see what happens. Moving on, this offseason has the potential for so many quarterbacks moving back and forth. I have a short list that I put together here for teams that could have a new quarterback at the beginning of next season from their main one this season. And I'm sure I missed somebody. I'm sure this isn't everybody. But the Rams, the Lions, who just made a trade, Houston, San Francisco, New Orleans, Pittsburgh, New England, Philadelphia, Dallas, unfortunately, Washington, Chicago, Carolina, the Jets, and Indianapolis. I'm sure I missed somebody there. But all those teams will likely have except for hopefully Dallas isn't likely to have a new quarterback, but all those teams will have a new quarterback next year. And so this is going to be an offseason unlike one that we've seen in recent memory, where there's just so much movement in the quarterback market, where teams are usually pretty solidified because you don't want to have uncertainty at the most important position on the field. And the quarterback that everyone's looking at right now after the Stafford move is Deshaun Watson, who is objectively better, but I think this one takes a little bit longer because the price for Deshaun Watson is going to be a lot higher. Um, the Lions got 2 first-round picks back for Stafford because they're taking on the golf money. But Watson's salary is not that bad. He's getting paid $10 million next year, but he's objectively way better. So his price is probably going to be 3 first-round picks as the beginning of the discussion. So, and teams, I think if a team really wanted to go get him and make an immediate run, I think 2 teams that make sense are San Francisco and Indianapolis. Both those teams are ready to win now. San Francisco, we forget they were just in the Super Bowl with Jimmy Garoppolo. They got absolutely crushed with injuries last year, so that's why they were bad. In Indianapolis, they have an incredible roster. They're just a quarterback away. Rivers was really great for them, and he did what he could. They got in the playoffs. They lost to a really good Bills team, but I think they get if they get Deshaun Watson, whew, the only thing is I doubt the Texans trade him in division, and they don't even want to trade him at all. So they're definitely not going to trade him in division, I don't think. So I think the best destination for him to go and him to go win is San Francisco or Pittsburgh, but I think Pittsburgh is going to re-sign Ben. So San Francisco is the pick for me there. I really think that they should go for that. They can do what their Lions did. They can send Garoppolo back, and they can use Garoppolo as a bridge until their next guy. And I think that's about what Garoppolo and Goff should be for their values. They're not terrible, but you can tell that they're not good enough. Like they can get you to a big game if you have a great coach, and the Rams and 49ers both have great young offensive minded coaches. And you can tell because they both got to the Super Bowl with these guys, but they're just not good enough. They're just not good enough. So I think the Rams figured that out, and they went and they got Matt Stafford, and I think the 49ers are smart enough to figure that out too. So this is there for the taking, and he's not that expensive. $10 million next year. 2022 he has a big cap hit of $35 million, but by that time you can restructure the deal, and if you go win the Super Bowl, it's worth it. Alright guys, that's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Like if you liked, subscribe if you're new. Super Bowl preview coming out in a couple of days. Can't wait to get that out to you guys. Shout out to all my OGs out there. Remember, be kind to someone today. That's real talk.